All right, we are back. It's been about an hour for us, but for you, it's been like 10 seconds.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so it's all our time warp thing that we're doing here. So you get to watch the match a lot quicker. So we're about to load in, I expect, to our next match.
Yes, against Texas State Gold.
Texas State Gold. So our first map tonight is gonna be Junkertown. I
Good
like
old
Junkertown.
It's a fun map.
It is.
It's designed really weirdly, and it's a fun map. It's really one.
Yeah, I mean,
Good
so
one.
each stage is unique
Yeah.
and different, and you got turns and spinning things up at the top. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
And there's like a weird like U-turn esque at the very end. That,
Yeah.
Like you can kind of attack from the side. So
Yeah.
cool things.
Lots of fun stuff that can happen there. So we're gonna start off on Junkertown, which is an escort map,
Mhm.
pure escort, no capturing necessary. You just push the payload. We're gonna move on to Volskaya for our second map. Volskaya is an assault map, so we're gonna capture a point A, capture point B, and hopefully prevent the other team from doing either. Then we're gonna move on from Volskaya into Rialto. Rialto is another payload map,
Yes.
so it's just gonna be two payloads and an assault map for this lineup, unless we go to get a tie, which you could get a tie on Volskaya.
Mhm.
So if they tie on Volskaya and one wins Junkertown, the other Rialto, we would go to Busan to
For the tiebreaker.
tie that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All great maps. I think this is definitely.
All right.
How
Well,
much?
speaking of Junkertown, let's go to Junkertown.
Here we
All
are.
right.
Looking
Got
at
a nice view of the Polygon Hills.
Yeah, of the barren wasteland of Australia, where I guess the only place that's suitable for living is a whole bunch of houses stacked on each other to create a giant city
Of
uh,
junk.
of
A city of
junk.
junk.
There's a moat though, so maybe they have clean water. I don't know, but yeah, good stuff. It looks like ACU will be attacking first, and Peep Noop will be on Reinhardt. You have Cold Caliber on the Lucio. Taco de Taco on Zarya. You have Finch of Light on Ana. Dead E on Hanzo. Oh, they broke in. And Mogits on the Genji. So,
Okay. So Mogits, people freaking out there.
yeah.
So Mogits actually has a history of great Overwatch play. I think it was in season 7. Mogits was in the top 500.
Yes.
In that particular competitive season. Now it's been a while, and he hasn't. There's teamwork that goes into things and that kind of thing. But
Oh, they're playing as a Symmetra, it seems. Which I mean, it's a viable strategy on this map. There's plenty of space to set up turrets and to be able to teleport. But yeah,
yeah,
So
or over those bridges. So the bridges are really deadly. I like the Symmetra play on this map, especially right here at the front. We'll see if they switch after this point.
yes, ACU has already taken out 2 of Texas State's players, and now they're third with this Reinhardt.
And it looks like Ivan Smits goes down as well.
Yes.
The enemy Zarya.
And so
ACU
so
making good
hard.
progress here.
Yeah. It looks like they're going to be able to take this first checkpoint pretty easily. That's being contested by the Symmetra, but Symmetra doesn't really have a big health pool to really kind of back that up. But looks like they're going to be able to take out that
People
Reinhardt.
get slept and is just taking a nap over there.
He's got to recharge, after that long battle.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of work smashing those Symmetra turrets.
Yes.
And so I've talked with Peep Noop about Symmetra turrets. He despises Symmetra turrets.
Oh, yeah.
He will spend fire strikes on Symmetra turrets because he hates them so much. Because as Reinhardt, you're super slow as it is, and they slow you down.
Even more.
And so it's just like you're just crawling along.
Yeah. So Paco de Taco was able to take out the Texas State Junkrat, and now he is up there with Peep Noop, just keeping Texas State at bay, making sure that his team can.
They're doing a great job of making space for the team here, pushing forward. We see Mokit's kind of in the back line. I wonder if we could get a view of the. Oh, a nice Graviton Surge there, coupled with the Dragon Strike.
Finish things off. Pago de Taco is now attacking that enemy Zarya, taking him out, and they are just.
They're just wrecking his house here.
Yeah, they're just steamrolling Texas State. I'm not entirely sure that we might see some different changes for the Texas State team.
So 6 minutes here.
Yeah.
6 minutes left to get from point B to point C. This is a great thing. Daddy gets trapped here, but there's not anybody to punish him for that trap.
Yeah.
Mokit's here. He's been. So we didn't see him. He was kind of off the sides there, just making life difficult in the back lines. We've got an Ana here. I would expect to see some Nano Blade coming out at some point here.
Probably.
Maybe coupled with a Graviton or a
Earth Shatter
here.
Yeah, they definitely need to, break that Reinhardt shield before they try anything like that, though, because it totally negates an Earth Shatter. But it's the Pago de Taco's up in the front, just trying to do as much damage. You see that they've switched to a Reaper to try to kind of combat these two tanks. So that's a sign that they just don't have enough damage output, so they need to change it up a bit.
Bob coming in from the
Ashe. But Mokitz is able to take out Ashe in the back, and Pago de Taco is able to take out that Reaper that's supposed to be countering the tanks. Peepnu just swinging his hammer in with the Graviton Surge, clearing.
This payload has barely stopped this entire time.
It is just going and going. You see that
going
there's a
Mei.
Mei.
Oh, look at that sweet kill.
Yeah, nice headshot there by Mokitz. Mokitz is just going to town, just taking out all the opposition, and they are able to get to the last checkpoint fairly easily.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's what, like 5 minutes on the clock? 4.5?
Something along those lines. I think it's closer to
4.5 minutes left on this clock
for ACU.
That is the position that you want to be in.
Certainly.
Now, what we want to see here is a good defense.
Yeah, I think ACU can definitely pull it off. You see that Pago de Taco and Peepnu, they are incredibly strong tanks.
Yeah, and I really like the teamwork that you see going on. For those who maybe not be as familiar, what we see is you'll see Pago de Taco on the Zarya there. Well, he will move forward to make some space, and he will use his shield to generate his charge. And then as soon as his shield goes down, he will back up, and the Reinhardt shield will come up so that he's not taking damage that's unnecessary.
Of course.
But he's up front taking the damage, body blocking while he's building that charge up. So Paco doing a great job of keeping that charge high throughout those engagements.
So we saw Cold Caliber switching to the Moira, Finch of Light on the Mercy. Definitely not a hero that gets picked quite as often anymore, just because of the GOATS meta, but I'm glad to see that she is here.
Mokitz over here on the Sombra.
Yeah, on that peppermint skin.
And Sombra is a great pick for this, for the map generally, but I really like it on this first push because there are so many really useful healing packs, health packs, that not only do you provide them more quickly for your team, but you deny them from the other team, which can be huge.
So you see Mo gets sneaking out in the back here, going for this Hanzo, able to hack the Hanzo, and just trying to take him out. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he can really do anything, and is kind of just still out in the back, just still hacking, able to hack.
Ooh, it's taken out by, I can't even tell.
Yeah, it is
the Hanzo.
Yes. So they traded picks there. ACU still on this payload, defending. Still have 2 healers helping them out, healing them. Actually 3.
We see the res come in on Cold Caliber from Finch of Light.
That's
They
good
will
stuff.
have that healer back up. Dragon Strike coming in from Rivers, was it?
Yes. Peep Noob unfortunately gets hacked and gets taken out, but that the Texas State Reinhardt also falls. So they're trading tanks, they're trading healers, they're trading everyone like they're a bunch of baseball
And
cards.
ACU already ahead in the time bank here, pulling out longer than it. Graviton Surge.
Huge Dragon Strike combo.
Look at that! That is a team kill by ACU with that sick wombo combo of the Graviton Strike and the Dragon Strike.
Yes. And there you go. That's good communication by ACU right now. They're really effectively using these ults to their advantage, and not just using them all willy-nilly without any rhyme or reason. But Texas State still, charging up in here. You can see Mogets in the back trying to get a nice hack, and there you get. They now have a Sombra as well. They're trying to hack ACU's tanks, but it doesn't seem like that's possible. You see a huge
EMP coming in from
EMP
Mogets. Will they have the follow-up? There is no shield for Matthew,
Yeah.
and he will fall down, and that is no shield for this team. The
Earthshatter.
Earthshatter coming in, going to take out Ivan Schmitz, and they're just pushing them back. Saguaro gets staggered, and ACU is going to hold on to this payload.
Hanzo gets taken out pretty late there. So does Daddy. Fortunately, Finch of Light is there to revive Daddy, and ACU hasn't really suffered any casualties yet. Taka already has another Graviton Surge built up and ready for his team here, and Mogets out in the back.
And we talked about how it's this Mercy pick was kind of odd, but the spawn is so far. We see the Graviton Surge coming in from the Texas State team, and they followed up with their own Dragon Strike. They do take down Peep Noop and Mogets, but ACU still holding on here, trying to keep things going here.
No, Peep Noop and Mogets are able to take out 2 of Texas State's team. They're still alive.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I'm reading this all backwards. Ignore everything I said.
Finch of Flight is able to revive Dad E though, and you see that Sombra there. Mogets knows that there's a Sombra chasing after Sombra and is able to finish off Texas State Wydrin. Weirden.
Yep. So I was gonna say, so with the Mercy pick, it's such a long walk back on this particular map from spawn, and so having that Mercy here provides a spawn advantage that they don't have.
See
deal
a
with.
huge Dragon Strike taking out both the Reinhardt, and Mogets looks like is able to take out the Zarya. So that they're down. Both
No
of their
tanks left for the Texas team.
And it looks like 2 of their healers are down as well. You see, they've switched to Reaper to try to counter these tanks, but Reaper by himself against 6 opponents is not the sort of ideal like set that you want.
Dragon Strike, or sorry,
Fire
hammer down. Fire, the Reinhardt hammer thing.
So Peep Noob is able to survive the
Ivan Schmitz go down.
Yes.
Down.
Cold Caliber out in the back, just keeping his team alive with Coalescence, and is able to take out or help his team take out Sombra, the Reaper, the Reinhardt, the Moira, and now the Mercy.
And that's going to spell doom for the Texas State team. ACU taking Junkertown in pretty quick fashion.
Yeah, and they even had 4 minutes and 30 seconds left over in case Texas State managed to make it all the way to the very end. That E with the play of the game, pretty sure it's that sick wombo combo that you were talking about here. Yeah.
There it goes.
You have the Zarya Graviton Surge.
And some of those kills weren't even the Dragon Strike, right?
Yeah.
That was just, he shot him in the face with an arrow.
It's consistent damage that's just attacking the team at all times while, you have the Zarya and the Reinhardt swinging away and just shooting lasers in there. So good stuff by
lasers
ACU.
and arrows and hammers.
Yes.
Lasers, arrows, and hammers.
Lasers,
oh
arrows,
my.
and hammers. The true trio of Overwatch, I think. That's all you need. But yeah, so good stuff, good plays.
Yeah.
Mogets out in the back, playing really smart, using that stealth to his advantage, hacking those health packs, and hacking the more important heroes for Texas State. The healers, the Hanzo with that burst damage that he can do with his arrows, and that EMP and those times were definitely
perfectly
helped ACU.
timed, and
you can tell that there's a lot of communication between the team, and it's
just great.
It's just great.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
It's good stuff to watch. So we're going to be moving from Junkertown over to Volskaya Industries.
Yes. Good old Russian factory.
Yep.
From the kind of abandoned Australia in this post-apocalyptic world full of robots.
It wasn't quite apocalyptic. I mean, there are humans left.
Well, Australia got hit with a giant bomb.
That's not good for Australia.
Yeah, it's not. But the rest of the world, I mean, Russia kind of got almost destroyed by Omnics, and South Korea consistently gets attacked.
Okay, so it's half apocalyptic.
It's half apocalyptic. But, they still have Blizzard World, which is something we don't have here. But yeah, so Volskaya Industries, I expect to see. I mean, this particular map is fairly good with snipers. So
Yeah.
I would expect to see maybe a Hanzo come out from Daddy on this map, especially that Sonic Arrow, really effective. Really effective on attack, so you know kind of what what the opposing team is using to defend with. But I mean, Mogits has been showing us a pretty large hero pool that he uses.
And so we saw the Genji and the Solbruck come out from him. We've seen him on the Diva.
Yes.
And so haven't disappointed us yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen him play any sort of support roles, but I feel like Finch of Light and
Cold Caliber really
are pretty solid.
And if they're gonna move someone over to that, so Daddy has moved out of a support role into his current DPS role.
Yes.
So if they were gonna triple DPS, triple support, triple tank, then I'd expect Daddy to move over to that support role. So
okay. So we'll see. I think they're still loading up in the game. Okay.
Sounds like there have been some technical difficulties.
Yes. It seems that someone either kind of got disconnected, or they might be substituting someone, which they're able to do every map or something.
I don't know. I looked up on all the tournament layout. I didn't actually look at those things.
Oh.
It looks like.
Okay.
It looks like they're just getting back in the game and they're getting loaded back in.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah. Looking forward to that.
Of course. Currently, it seems that San Francisco Shock and the Los Angeles Gladiators, if any of you guys watch the Overwatch League, are currently playing. So this might date the video a little bit.
Yeah.
But
we're in the future now. So
we're in the future now. So
you probably already know this. So there's not going to be spoilers.
But yeah. And I mean,
so it sounds like we're traveling to Volskaya.
It does.
So let's go to Volskaya.
All right. Favorite factory in all of Overwatch.
Of all the factories in Overwatch, this is the factory.
Yes, my favorite one.
What's your second favorite factory?
The other one. That also exists in the Overwatch world, the mecha base.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's probably a
factory. Well, in the end of Junkertown seems like it could be a factory.
I mean,
or like an abandoned factory.
Abandoned factory, yeah. I could see that. But it
looks none of them are Volskaya.
Yeah, none of them are Volskaya.
I mean, it makes freaking giant mechs.
Yeah.
So I want to play that hero.
Yeah, that one.
That comes out as like Voltron.
Bits of Light playing that Mercy. And it looks like Dad E's opting to play Ashe.
So this is interesting. Mr. Bob Sparks has typically played that Ashe character. But since he is out, it looks like Daddy's going to be on the Ashe. And Mogits is going to be over on that Sombra.
Nice. Peep Noob switching over to Winston. Planet of the Apes there. Cold Caliber on the Lucio. It's a fun, jazzy skin there. And Pocket Taco on the Diva. Or should I say Diva?
So I expect to see ACU push forward to get on the point as quickly as possible here. And that seems obvious, but there are other strategies involved kind of holding out here at this point.
So it looks like they are going a bit of a dive comp. It looks like Texas State is running a Pharah to hopefully counter the sort of goats comp that you usually see. But it doesn't seem like it's going to be all that effective for them.
But that said, AC doesn't... Well, so ACU's got a great counter to that with that Ashe.
Full Caliber unfortunately gets taken out by that Pharah. And
Paco is D-Macked out here on the point, all alone. But manages to get 2 kills after getting D-Macked.
Yes,
almost gets D-Mack himself.
Yeah.
Wow, just making use of that bunny shoot.
That's not even Diva's final form.
I know.
Yeah. So it's just dropping the mech to unleash his true power as Baby Diva, and then dying right after.
But eventually ACU will have to back off.
Yes.
We'll have to regroup and push forward once again as a team. That'll give the Texas team the ability to step back up again themselves.
Yes. Mo gets out in the back. You can see him through kind of the walls. And it seems that Diva still hasn't been de-mech'd. There she has it. She's back in her mech. And they're just fighting on the point now. Sort of aiming for that
Weirden
Pharah.
goes down.
Yes. Ooh,
as
Taco
does
gets slept.
Matthew. Oh, a Rip Tire comes in from River the Heave, taking out Mogut's, Peepnu, and Cold Caliber. Paco following up with a kill on Saguaro. And ACU's going to be able to start making some progress here on this point.
Yes, Finch of Flight able to revive Peep Nuke, which is going to give him another tank, another body to really just kind of, it's going to be an issue for Texas State. And Paco de Taco is able to take out that Junkrat. All that's left is a Raging Monkey and a D-Max Diva. But ACU, it's looking like they are going to win this fight. That Farah is not going to have a good time all by herself. And there you have it, ACU able to, not as fast as Junkertown, but they are able to get this point with pretty good time. They have 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes to cap point B.
We see them starting to push forward here. Looks like they're going to go in around. Never mind. Thought they were going to go in the right side.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to avoid those Junkrat and those Junkrat grenades. But Peep Nuke does have his Primal Rage, which he can pop. Gives him, it'll completely refill his health. Paco de Taco able to take out that on a huge pick. Down goes one of the healers, and that
Reinhardt goes down as well.
Yes.
Just messing people up here on the point.
So it looks like
the Tire coming in from the UT team gets 4 of ACU's team members, but ACU still holding on. Peep Noop and Paco just staying alive here on the point.
Peep Noop.
Winston going crazy.
Yeah, he's just knocking people back and forth. It doesn't seem that ACU might. So it seems like Peep Noop's the last person on the point. Doesn't look like they'll be able to fully commit to getting that point, but they did get 2/3 of it. So now they only have to focus on, that final third, which, in all honesty, one good push should be enough.
Yeah. And that was some really great play. Even after, they got that second tick, even after 4 of their team members went down from that Rip Tire.
Yes. And that's just, the 2 remaining tanks that were alive were able to fully take advantage of their huge health to stay on the point and just keep Noop using his Primal Rage to knock a lot of the Texas State people off the point.
Mogut's sneaking around the back, getting ready to engage as the team comes in for the front. He's going to sneak in the back, try to get a pick off probably on that Ana.
Yes, or that Zenyatta, since it'll pretty much take half of his health. Looks like he's distracting them enough for ACU to just jump in there and just start wreaking havoc.
Saguaro goes down, Weirden goes down, Vagabond goes down. Matthew does get a pick off on Peep Noop, but Daddy follows up with Ivan Schmitz. Finch of Light getting the res on Peep Noop, and they will complete that 3rd tick, taking points with about 3.5 minutes left in the time bank.
Yeah, it was a pretty decent amount of time. It was 2 pushes. Yeah, 3 minutes and 43 seconds. A pretty substantial amount of time that they can really use to sort of scare Texas State into either rushing in or committing to fights that they don't need to. Just because, I mean, again, large amount of time left over. But we'll see what Texas State decides to do. We'll see what ACU decides to do. I imagine a pretty similar composition. I suggested the Hanzo, but it seems that they decided to go with an Ashe, just probably for the Bob ult.
Yeah.
A pretty decent ult. But Hanzo could definitely work.
And one of the things about Bob on assault maps is that Bob counts as a player.
Yes.
And so, Bob can take the last tick of a point. Bob can hold a point while you're not on it.
Yes.
And so, that is a helpful thing. So Daddy's sticking on that Ashe.
Still playing Ashe. It seems that ACU might be playing the same composition with Mogut's on Sombra. Noop still on the Reinhardt, his favorite character. Full Caliber on the Lucio.
That jazz.
Yeah, that sweet jazz. You like jazz?
I like jazz. Who doesn't like jazz?
That's fair. Paco de Taco on that Zarya.
Cold Caliber coming back to make sure he joins the rest of the team quick.
Finch of Flight perched up there at the top, ready to snipe or heal. Oh my goodness. Peep Noob already with the Fire Strike, taking out the Junkrat. That is a devastating loss at the very beginning. And
that's just seconds off the clock.
Yeah.
They're going to have to wait.
And it looks like they are engaging at this choke here. Paco de Taco and Peep Noob again doing that strategy of, switching out between the tanks to make sure that they use their shields effectively here. And Pocket Taco looking really good on charge, probably around the 80 right now. And it looks like that Diva might get demeched or get saved. Oh, Pete Noob able to take out Tracer. That's not something you see every day, but unfortunately gets taken out by the Lucio. And Mo gets Venture Flight. Mo gets is able to demech the Diva. Venture Flight able to take out the Winston of some kind. Cold Caliber able to take out his counterpart, and Daddy getting that snipe.
So that's just going to push the team back.
Yeah.
And this is what you want to see, where you're holding this point nice and strong right here at the beginning while your ultimates are built up.
Yes.
So now they're going to have an even harder time pushing through with this Graviton online.
And fully charged Zarya.
Yeah.
So I imagine ACU has a lot of ults built up. I don't think anyone has used any ults thus far. But Mo almost gets taken out. But seems that he is able to take out the Tracer instead. Huge pick as well. A Tracer can be very annoying.
Mocha's doing just such a great job on both the Sombra and the Genji earlier.
Oh, from downtown.
Just making trouble on the back line.
Yes. You see the Lucio sound barrier go down. Unfortunately, not able to save Pocket Taco. And he whips on the Earth Shatter, but he gets fully healed and charged up. He's swinging his hammer.
Does
left
kill
and right.
the Riptire as it's running by him.
Yeah, that's the best way to get rid of explosives is with the giant rocket hammer.
Yes, I recommend it. Try it at home. If you have some explosives, just hit it with hammer.
Just a giant, remote control exploding tire. But it seems that half of Texas State's time has been used up already.
Yeah, so ACU doing a good job holding this point. It's been kind of chaotic, but they've had folks all over the place. Ooh, the Graviton coming in from ACU with Pete Noob going down though. They're off the bat with the Junkrat, and so it's 5 against 6 here on this point. But they do take out Saguaro. So there's going to be one healer down for the Texas State team.
Oh, Mogits gets taken out by the Tracer, which is quite unfortunate. But Daddy is able to take out Ana. So 2 healers down for Texas State. This is not a good position to be in for Texas State.
Diva Bomb coming in from the Texas State team, and will find no one.
Daddy able to take out the Tracer, and then Cold Caliber able to take out Winston. Pete Noob able to get the D-Mech there.
And the Riptire again. That's 2 Riptires that have been denied to River the Heave.
Yeah. ACU looks like Pocket Taco getting that on a nade, but it doesn't really matter. He doesn't need any health right now. He's got shields. And
if Texas State is going to do something, it's going to be now. They've got 30 seconds left on this clock as ACU continues to hold this point.
Pocket Taco does have the Graviton Surge, which they can use to basically keep a good percentage of Texas State's team out.
I mean, see, Texas State just keeps staggering themselves out here, and so they're not getting to group up like they're going to need to do to push past this.
Yes, Mogits does get taken out, so he's probably on his way back to regroup.
There's a Graviton from ACU.
Pocket Taco gets slept, and you see that Winston gets slept as well, but they are now on the point, so it will now go into overtime. And Finch of Light able to fully heal the Pete Noob. The Reinhardt now double damage, able to swing around, and he is just...
You don't want to get between the nano-boosted Reinhardt and his hammer.
No. Wow. ACU able to take the victory there. Texas State not even able to get a single tick.
A single point on both maps.
Yeah. And River the Heave.
And this is going to be one of those, that tire is going to be that 4-cap tire.
Yes.
And apparently, so I haven't seen a reticle like that before.
Yeah, they were able to take out 4 people, but still not quite enough.
So, that's what we like to see here at ACU.
Yeah.
Some great plays by ACU. Full hold on both Junkertown and
Volskaya.
And yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Texas State did play well. They showed really good team compositions. They showed some pretty good ult usages and synergizing well with the comps that they had. But
ACU just was on point tonight in terms of the cooperation between their team members, where they had a lot of plays that they just comboed well together, and they were just on point tonight.
They were communicating. They synergized well. Mogitz, being someone that we don't really never really seen, did an excellent job of being in the back line, of disrupting the teams, of being a really excellent Devo player as well. So, I mean, who knows? We might see more of Mogitz. We might not, but I for one, am a huge fan of his playstyle and how well he works with the team.
Yeah. So it'd be great to see more of this. But in terms of that, we've got only one more week that's guaranteed.
Yes.
Hopefully we'll have more than 1 week. The way it's going to work, if you missed the complicated explanation earlier, here's the simple one. ACU's got at least one more game. So next week is the regional playoffs, where ACU will be part of a regional tournament in which it'll be a single elimination tournament. So one loss is it. They will be best 3 out of 5 though. So it'll be the first team to get 3 points take that series.
Okay.
And so we'll see at least one of those next week at 6 o'clock is when that game kicks off. With Overwatch League, I expect that we'll have to delay at least the broadcast of that.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll probably see that around 8:30 here on ACU Esports. We'll see at least one game, and then if they win that, they'll play another one. If they win that, they'll play again the next week. And if they keep on winning, then they'll keep on playing until they stop winning.
Yes. But, I mean, I, for one, am really excited. Really proud of the ACU Overwatch team for getting this far. I mean,
it's been a long 2 semesters, and they have done a fantastic job. And so we're going to go to a quick break, see if there are any player interviews to be had, and see you shortly.
Yes.
Okay, I am here with Peep Noop and Taco de Taco. So, that was some awesome Overwatch. That was so much fun to watch, so much fun to talk about. What was your favorite moments?
Oh, my favorite moment. I'll tell you what. You mind if I go? I'll go first. All right. So me and Evan had a sextuple kill. We were watching the footage. Oh my goodness gracious!
They're on Junkertown.
Oh yeah. I took my headset off and I said, "Hey, buddy, you single? You free after this? What can we do?" So that was a beautiful play on our part. Whole team kind of contributed to that, so that was my favorite part anyway. So. I think my personal. We'll on the left side. I always do it. I remember this. Can I just go in, throw that, and never had that specific?
Yeah, no, that was great. You did that with the Junkrat. So you got the Fire Strike kill on the Junkrat, but earlier you had done the same thing on a Tracer.
Yeah.
Where he's just like zipping around and
one of my favorite things with Tracers is just like, all right, I know your blink dashes, so let me just time it perfectly, and I'm gonna get you as soon as you do that. Just
there you go.
Fly swatting.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun.
So all across tonight. So you started out against what was it at UNT?
UNT, yeah.
UNT. So first map on UNT was your Eichenwald.
Yes.
Eichenwald, yeah.
And y'all made great time there. Through that, and then stopped them before they got really to the first point. They capped the payload, and then
they got it just about halfway across the bridge.
Yeah, they kept that first point because when they rushed in, for whatever reason, I think every single gun in that team just focused me down, and as I just was instantly
they picked
deleted.
you off and picked me off like right at the beginning.
Yeah, my body just like flew into the distance. Okay, that's fine.
So there were several times though on that map where like there is so much craziness going on, and like half your team was dead, and 3 of you were on the point, and somehow you pulled it back.
I didn't even know what to do there. Y'all were on that point, and I was like, I could go in.
Yeah.
But
so tell me what was happening there.
Well, you see, what had happened was me, Big Russian lady, and then Froggy Boy. We were, Lucy and sorry, we were on the point. We're having a blast, dueling it out. I guess Mogitz was there, but I was just so in the mode. They wanted to pull out, and then Evan or Daddy says no, and so we just didn't.
That's exactly what it was. I was walking up, and Evan's just no. I'm like, okay, I'll throw a fire strike. We'll see what happens.
And it worked out just fine.
Yeah.
We ended up slowing them down and eventually taking out the point. So that was a fun time. Fun time indeed.
So you went from there, from Eichenwald, traveled from Germany over to China for Volskaya. No, first Volskaya for Lijiang Tower. Lijiang Tower took both points.
Oh yeah. We did.
So they had some interesting compositions that we haven't seen in a while. So we had the pharmacy coming out and some of that. They had the Hammond going and some of that.
Yeah,
that Hammond was a chump.
Yeah,
it was so easy to just pick him.
So I think my favorite moment though on Lijiang, there was the time where Paco, you got caught out by yourself on the May wall.
Yes.
And for whatever reason, you're like, okay, I'm gonna throw my graviton surge by myself, and the team just collapsed on the surge and wiped everyone out.
Yeah, we did.
So what was going on there? Like,
well, it's like in those old movie scenes where there's 2 guys fighting, one guy throws a punch, and then the guy kind of barely moves, spits a tooth out, and then so I pretty much spit my tooth out, and I just threw it there, and I yelled in Russian or something or another, and everyone just decided to gather forces, and we just stomped them. I mean, it was just...
You make a mess in my house, and I'm coming for you.
Yeah, exactly. Any map that we play on is Alex's house, so we have an inside joke. So the first thing we say in the match is like, hey, Alec, this is their house. They're not supposed to be here, but you got to get them out of there, all right?
And we get them out of there.
And we really do get them out of there.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely. But,
okay, so then we move into Texas State. First map, Junkertown, and y'all hauled it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
we half that game we didn't even know
did
what
the
was going
payload
on.
stop?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
I mean, it had to stop for the gate to raise. But
Okay.
I didn't even know what was
I'm not-
happening for most
yeah,
of
I'm
that.
not
We just
sure.
kind of steamrolled through that.
I think after the first push, like the whole team just went in opposite directions and just started hunting down their team. I mean, I remember at one point a Junkrat, I had chased a Junkrat almost to his spawn. And
I remember that.
And the poor look on the guy's face when he threw a bomb down expecting to jump in, I guess he just missed it.
Oh,
And so
no.
he just stops and looks behind him, and then he gets, melted by the big Russian team. But I didn't understand it. He just missed it, and the despair just turning around and just seeing me back there just glowing.
There was a
yeah.
moment that I was dead at this point, but I was spectating our Sombra Mogits, and he gets slept by the Ana, and the other team's Ash, point blank range, could not hit a headshot. And I was just like, what is going on with this? Like,
So I'm gonna take this moment out of our progression here.
Sure.
Talk a little bit about Mogits. So I know that he's been working with y'all some, playing with y'all a little bit.
Mhm.
yeah.
Bob Sparks is out sick with the sing-song flu.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And so he decides to step in. And how did that come about? Is he,
I mean, it's kind of weird. I mean, we haven't had a whole lot of practice with him. He's been there kind of almost like a backseat coach for us every
Yeah.
now and then. Like, he'll be at practices every now and then kind of tell us, hey, maybe try this. But I think he fit in really well. He's a solid DPS player. So he was just kind of like, tell me what to play and I'll do it. And
Yeah.
it worked out in our favor. So
Yeah, I'm the one that actually got him in the team, and so he was just sitting in class, and I said, we have the esports team, and I heard you play Overwatch. Why don't you come? And we started a conversation. And when he said he was a top 500 in the United States player, I said, hey, buddy, welcome to the varsity team. I'm Diego. I said, for the love of God,
Yep.
I hope you do not play tank or off tank or anything like that. But welcome to the team. So, but yeah, he's an amazing player.
Yeah,
well, and
he
it
is
was
great.
seeing him on the Genji and the Sombra, he
Oh,
was
yeah.
in the back line just
Yeah.
picking those people off so
Mhm.
that
And-
those engagements were one person less.
yeah, when we ran a dive on Volskaya there at the end, I mean, he picked that summer, and I was like, all right, you call him out, and we'll dive him. And after the first couple dives, he was just like, I'm just going to hack somebody, and y'all dive them.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. I was like, you call it where they are, and I'll dive onto them. And that's what we did, and it worked,
And it worked
really
well.
It
Y'all-
worked really
y'all
well,
got things going there. So back to Vilskaya. So,
Oh,
your last
yeah.
match, another blazing fast time. You took first point on your second push, I think it was.
Yeah.
You got to the second point, your first push, and like 4 out of the 6 players of your team, 2/3 of your team crumples under the Junkrat tire.
Yes, that was.
And you still took another third
Yeah,
of
so
a second tick.
So on that Junkrat tire came out, and I don't know if you'll watch the play of the game on that one or not, but I was right in his face, right there at the very end of that. Knocked him out, and then I just went right back on the point, and then I was there for probably the majority of that tick, and before
Yeah.
Daddy was just like, hey, Winston, you're the only one up there. And I was like, all right.
so it turned out, and it was just Paco and Peep Noob just on the point, and you're just like, I'm a big monkey.
I was like, what are you going to do when there's a big monkey punching you in the
Yeah.
face? So
Yeah, the bomb went off, and me and Peep were like, and we were the and we just kind of looking on the
dance.
point, see if anyone's like, hey, anyone over here? But no, yeah, that worked out fine. We got an extra tick on that one. That was fantastic.
Yeah, it was great.
But both of the teams we played today, they are on our level. Their
Yeah.
SR is pretty
Yes.
close to us, so it was kind of surprising for us to win that.
Yeah, I expected it to be a
hard.
lot closer.
Yeah,
Because, I mean, most of them are sitting around the same SR. There's maybe like 1 or 2 guys that are a little bit higher than us, but I mean, hey, it just
Yeah.
tells you SR is not everything. You
Yep.
get a good team of people together,
And y'all's teamwork
Oh.
was on point tonight.
Mhm.
I've been really impressed over the last couple weeks of how well you guys have timed out your ultimate usage together.
Yeah.
There's never a Graviton Surge that isn't followed up on with a Dragon Strike or something big that takes them out. So congratulations on y'all's wins tonight.
thank you.
It was fun to watch, fun to be a part of. Thank you guys for watching. I know it's late right now, and thanks for sticking around to support our team. We will be back next week with
Yep.
at least one game, and so at least at least 3 maps in that game because it's 3 out of 5. And hopefully we'll see much more. But we've got a lot of stuff going on in esports outside of Overwatch. So this week has been slow. For those of you who were expecting some Rainbow Six and some League, well, Sing Song happened, and that kind of just shuts things down. But I expect that we'll get some of that back this week. Also, not this Monday, but a week from Monday, first announcement, everybody here, Hearthstone's back.
Woo!
Hey, there you go.
So
there you go.
Our Monday nights starting on the 25th, I think it is, or if that's a Monday, it's the 25th. If it's not a Monday, it's whatever's near that. So a week from tomorrow will be the first Hearthstone match. We've got the team of the team Equal D's coming back. He's our only returning player this semester. So we're gonna get some new faces in here. It's gonna be super exciting. Last semester our Hearthstone team did fantastic, and I'm hoping that that trend continues. But at minimum, it's gonna be a lot of fun to be a part of. So that takes us to 6 competing teams in our esports stuff that I think. So that I know of. I heard that Rocket League had been forming and had been looking at doing something.
Yes.
But that tournament would have been yesterday, so I don't know if they made it.
Also
in
just
time.
to that. Yeah.
There might be something else out there.
It's tune in.
Hey,
We're gonna keep things going here, and Smash on Thursdays as usual. I know that there's plans kind of getting started for a Saturday Smash tournament, probably the Saturday after spring break. There'd be a community-wide tournament hosted by ACU Esports, and would be a big deal happening in Cullen Auditorium if we can get it.
We're gonna have it in Cullen.
Well, if we can get it,
if we can get it,
we have to make sure dot all our T's and cross all our I's.
Okay, sure. That'd be awesome. I tell you what, yeah.
Tune in when we go live. Hit that follow button. Subscribe. All of those things, and go Wildcats.
Wildcats, guys. Love your shirt, buddy.
It's the best.